Welcome back to Mind Blown Movies Explained. In today's breakdown, we're diving deep into Power Book 2, Ghost Season 1, Episode 6, titled Good vs. Evil. And trust me, this episode really delivers on that title. A familiar face from the original Power makes a surprise appearance, and no, it's not the blonde psychopath Tasha blamed in court earlier this season, but it is someone who could completely wreck her world with just a few words. 2-Bit. Remember 2-Bit? He was part of Tommy's crew and ended up behind bars at the end of the last season, even though he never turned snitch to cut a deal. By the end of this episode, he's walking free. Let's break it all down. We kick off with Saxe and MacLean putting their plan into motion. These two unlikely allies are playing both sides for their own benefit. MacLean tells Saxe, "You'll get your killer, and I'll get my win." But as Saxe points out, that win means Tariq gets arrested for his father's murder. Despite the shady alliance, jury selection goes surprisingly smooth. Why? Because both men are stacking the deck in favor of Tasha. Meanwhile, MacLean secretly meets with 2-Bit, who hires him as his lawyer. It's more of a power move than anything. MacLean lays it out straight. "I want Saxe. You want out. Let's make that happen." He even brings in suspended NYPD officer Blanca Rodriguez to coach 2-Bit on what to say stuff that's technically not perjury. When it's time to testify, 2-Bit uses his transactional immunity, which basically means if he shows up and answers the questions, he gets out of prison. And that's exactly what he does. He plays dumb about Tommy Egan, claims Tasha wasn't running any major drug operation, and even brings up helping Tariq once when he got lost, a not-so-subtle nod to the Ray Ray incident. His testimony helps Tasha, but she's still deeply worried about her son's ties to Tommy's crew. And by the end of the episode, 2-Bit strolls out of jail looking smug in his civilian clothes. Now things really heat up. Kane thinks there's something romantic going on between Tariq and Diana, so he shows up at Stansfield ready to confront Tariq. But instead, he finds Brayden and Trace arguing about stolen product. Kane immediately pulls a gun. The situation escalates fast. When he realizes Brayden doesn't have the drugs or the money, he forces both of them to ditch their phones and come with him. Luckily, Brayden bumps into the chessboard on his way out, triggering the emergency alert he and Tariq set up. Kane, in what might be his dumbest move yet, gives the Weston brothers Tejada product and forces them to sell it on the streets of Queens. Seriously, what's stopping a cop from arresting someone like Trace, who'd immediately start name-dropping everyone involved? Still, Brayden manages to sell all his stash using his charm. Trace, being Trace, gets beat up and has to be rescued by Brayden and Kane. Later, Officer Ramirez pulls them over and offers to take them back to school, but not before warning Kane to cool it with the reckless behavior. Ramirez tells Monet what Kane's been up to, and she's not happy. She reminds him that they all answer to Lorenzo, including Ramirez himself. Offended, Ramirez tells her not to call him next time Kane goes off the rails. Later, Monet confronts Kane directly. The argument turns physical when Kane gets in her face. Diana tries to step in, and Kane ends up knocking Monet to the ground. Trying to cover his guilt, Kane visits Lorenzo in prison. Lorenzo gives him a warm hug, calls him a soldier, and then has him beaten up by guards on the way out. "Don't you ever put your hands on my wife again," he growls. Saxe tells Riley to stay away from Brayden and Tariq, so naturally, she ignores him and spends the episode playing chess with Tariq, being her usual annoying self. Drew meets up with Everett again, despite Monet's orders. Everett wants to go pro, but doesn't think he can do that while being openly gay. Drew's not thrilled with that logic, but they sleep together anyway. When a CourseCorrect package shows up at Everett's dorm, Drew pieces together how Tariq is moving weight on campus. Diana finds out and confronts Tariq, thinking he's hiding Lauren in his room. Later, she tells Monet about CourseCorrect, even though Drew told her not to. Surprisingly, Monet isn't mad. In fact, she respects Tariq's hustle. But she's also suspicious of why Diana really wants to shut Tariq down. Despite trying to do the right thing, Diana still gets chewed out by her mom classic Tejada family dynamics. This episode was a roller coaster of loyalty, betrayal, and straight-up bad decisions. With 2-Bit out, Kane spiraling, and Tasha's trial heating up, we're headed for chaos. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more Power Book 2, Ghost breakdowns, and drop a comment below whose move was the dumbest this episode. Kane, Riley, or Trace? Until next time, this is Mind Blown Movies Explained signing out.